We're up here in the mountains. Bill's doing some work on this place. They call it the ranch. Some people that has a second home, and they don't live up here, just off and on. They put a water system in here a long time ago for a garden, and they're not using it no more. He had a good system, but anyway, it's pretty. We sit here many a times looking at the views around here, and we rode up in the mountains with our horses. Someone built a porch on this, and the man didn't like it too much. So he wanted to be able to put a double layer on it, so he did. Just in case he, if a horse ever got up on here, he could do that. And that man, one time he's riding in the hills, and he come back, and he brought this back, his old plow. So that was pretty good. That was a good find. Way back up in the hills. I'll show you this barn down here. Me and Bill built it a long time ago. Used to be a pathway through here, but it's grown up. It's got steps you can go down, but we have to go around this way. When they first got this place, you could see a pasture right down through there, but it's all grown up. But we always enjoy coming up here. The people getting older, so they're not traveling up here too much. We built this barn for them. It used to be like a ruin here. We did the adobe, all the woodwork. Pretty nice place. I thought I'd take you a tour. Bill's getting ready to do some work up there. I might have to help him later. It's got 2 stalls in here. The man always had horses, and he'd ride up in the mountains with them. And so we built all that. So the old way, this way, you take 2 platforms, and you can see lines through there, and you bolt them together. They're probably about, well, whatever that is, 1.5 foot or 2 foot. And so we bolted the platforms, threw a bunch of rocks in there, and then you throw concrete in there. And we just mashed it with the old ruin. And then the man bought bricks. But that's how the old ruin was. And it wasn't too high, so we just finished it off to match it. It's pretty cool in here too. Real nice shelter. This is where he kept hay in, right here, and there's the other stall over there. The first person that had this, he worked at a train yard, and a lot of this stuff, buildings, pipes, come from the railroad yard. And they say he was a big guy. He could throw a deer over his shoulder and carry it back home. He did a lot of work here. He ran goats, and a lot of this is from the goat work here. But it's a pretty cool place. A lot of times I'd come up with the dogs if Bill's going to do something. And they did have snow here. And I would go hiking all over these hills and the creek. And sometimes cold weather like this, the creek would freeze over, and I'd slide on the creek with the dogs. But so here's this bunkhouse. Bill put the pipe up there and a new roof. And here's where they ran the goats through, right through here. It's all grown up. Eventually it'll probably come up for sale. They're getting, you know, up there and don't hardly come down here no more. It'd be a lot of work cleaning it up, but it's a pretty nice place. This is the bunkhouse, one of them. And the rats took it over. All that is my rat poop. Bill put this heater in here. Here's beds for the bunkhouse. And so that's pretty good. I'm gonna take a walk down here. Right over there is the creek. And it can run crazy wild because of the mountains. And the rocks fall over sometimes, but the meadows over there, and it's about growed up. Here's the outhouse. Looks like it need new steps. I might not step on it. It looks rotten. But anyway, they had an outhouse here. At this end of the barn, up high, I wrote mine and Bill's name on there. What year we built this. Yeah, somebody cleaned this up. It had a lot more pasture land through here. It was a big pasture at one time. Yeah, we always had fun here, sitting on that porch at lunchtime. This is their back way to get up. And one time they come up here, and the man told Bill, he said they come in the house and somebody was baking a cake or something in their oven. They took off when they heard them come up. Someone was living in the house for a while, and so they broke through that back door. Yeah. Anyway, when they got in there, I guess they could eat that guy's cake or whatever he was cooking. The guy that had this all, or he built it, he had a tower there. The people that have it now, they don't use it, but anyway, he built that. He built a nice sturdy house. You see how thick it is on the wall. This is where he would saddle up his horses and have his saddles inside the garage. And right there where you can take off up the road and get going. This is another way to get to the pasture. Yeah, look at that snow up there. And yeah, I hiked all over here and we rode horses. There's a road going up that way. You can kind of see it. And it takes you to other roads. We found a cabin back in there, an old cabin with a spring way back in there. We had a lot of fun riding horses around here. I'll go down here. I always like looking at that big old pine tree. This used to be all cleared off, but through the years it's really grown up. He's got a big garden down there. The only thing bad about this place, they're right by the road. And that's his property across the road. And people look, and he's had a lot of stealing going on because of it. Here's one of them. When he got older, he would kind of run around a little bit before he got on them. Make sure all the spunk is out of them before. When you get old, you don't bounce too good. Here's his step up, which I like. I'd better get up on a horse. But he's got water tanks down here too. Yeah, I just love that big old pine. It was so pretty. Real pretty. This is a well, a handmade deep well. There's the windmill. It hadn't really been working, it's dried up. Oh, I wouldn't be able to see in it anyway.
There used to be a light down in there.
And it's real deep.
Yeah, it's about 20 foot down there.
Yeah.
16, 20 feet.
Bill put windows in it. It used to be open. This is the other bunkhouse. Got this box, sink. Used to be cleaned up, locker, and 2 beds. And the raccoon used to come through there, and Bill put a new roof on top of this, and that stopped that. This is where you keep your ice a long time ago. Yeah. And yeah, here, yeah, an ice box. Yeah, you could put a lot of stuff in there. There's a locker for something. There's one of them water for the garden. And Bill put these in for him. Everything's kind of falling apart right now. And the gutter system's falling apart. Yeah, look at it all fall down.
Something happened. It may have been a storm up here.
It could have been a storm. This is a walkway. You can walk through there if you want to. And this building here, it's kind of like a garage, but it was made with cross ties, the whole building.
You can look at it from the end, that open door.
Oh, okay.
It's he called it a blacksmith shop, but nobody ever used it that I know of. It was just kind of a catch-all.
And Bill put that roof on right there. There's old Tommy stuff right there, probably from the railroad. This is the way to the garden. It used to be an orchard in here, and he fenced it off, cleaned all the trees up, and made gardens out here.
Well, it's got like a deer fence all around it.
Yeah, a deer fence. So, the first guy lived here. He put this rock wall in. He done a lot of rock work, but some of these are really hefty rocks. I think you'd have to be pretty strong to get them in. That one there is one whole piece of rock. Well, that one is too. So I don't know how he did it. He must have been really strong. Here's an old walkway going up that's no good. And I think he had, at one time, that man had pigs here. Not the new owners, but the other one. And he built this thing here. Oh, this was a pig pen at one time. I don't know what he was doing there. Made this round thing, but Bill put that tank up there. So here's another garden bed. Yeah, somebody could do a lot with this sometime. All them buildings in this area. Could be horse pens too. Oh yeah. There was a grapevine up here that struggled for years. You see it, or did it die off?
Well, there's some left right down here. Nobody here to take care of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's still alive.
I used to water that too.
This is probably, well, it's still alive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Whenever we come up here, Susie would water that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't been up here in years. This is old growth.
Yeah, that was there.
Here back in the early 1900s.
That was there when they got there,
Yeah.
or moved here.
Yeah. Yeah, this was all here. It just never was finished for a deer fence. It needs to be a little bit higher for a deer fence.
Yeah. Well, bears probably could climb over that.
Chicken wire all around it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that chicken wire. That's good.
Yeah,
That keep the rabbits out.
keeps rabbits, but it won't keep squirrels out.
Probably wouldn't keep no raccoon out either. You can see some of these trees are dying. They were left over orchard. When they moved here, they had a lot more in here. Yeah, he had a electric down here.
It's all grown up.
Yeah, it's all grown up.
There's-
Let's see.
Like a plum or an apple.
It could be apple. I don't see nothing around it.
Yeah. Well, nobody's watering them, so they.
Yeah.
He had a real good watering system here after he got it established with his tanks. He probably had probably close to 10,000 gallons of water. And then up the hill from the house, have you been up there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a windmill up there.
Oh, I didn't go to the windmill.
But it's not working, but there's an
Yeah.
old railroad tank right beside the windmill. And you could keep it filled, and it was, I think it was a 15,000 gallon. It was an old railroad tank off of the.
Yeah, it used to be a road coming down, coming up. It's still a little bit left. Yeah, there's a lot of elk coming up in here. Look what I just found. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Indian pottery. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How about that? Just washed, the dirt washed over it.
Yeah.
So they're
Reminds me of
probably,
that village right here on this shelf.
I bet there was.
Walk out in
It's,
there, take a look.
yeah. But there was a village here. At one time. Because this is all open.
Yeah, a lot of it's grown up now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good piece. A lot of pottery is just brown. Then once in a while you find painted pottery. Well, that was lucky. Now I'm looking. I'm looking now. But yeah.
Yeah, this used to be all in grass.
Yeah.
It's about a 5-acre meadow here.
Well, I mean, somebody could call this back and get the grass growing again.
It goes,
Vegetables.
this property goes through from past this little hill right here behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hiked up on that hill, you can see real far. The property goes on past that. But I always like going up there. That's the way up. And then he has another gate that you go through, and it opens up to kind of open land. But imagine the elk and deer come down through here and graze. Yeah, there's an old bridge here. It's all rotted out. But you probably could drive a car on it a long time ago.
Well, still filming?
Yeah.
Several years ago, we were back in there on horseback. And we run across an old car, and it was something 1930-something model. I forget what make it was, but it had trees growing up. What was left of it? It's probably still up there.
Probably is.
You know, I'd never
Yeah.
tell anybody about them,
Yeah.
or where it was at. But, there was an old coal mine back in there at one time too, but there was gold mines also a long time ago.
Yeah, mines.
Yeah.
Used to be a mining house up there. Look at that. That's pretty neat looking. I do like cactus. We rode our horses up that way, all the way up to the top. and have a picnic. Here, some more rock work. I don't know what this was for. It looks like it's going to be a room of some kind.
Might have been.
Mm-hmm.
What he's doing.
Yeah. Now we're going to go up here to an old cellar. Gonna make our way through this stuff. Everything just growed up. Used to be real clear. Oh, here's the old cellar. I guess that first owner made, because he did a lot of work with rocks. He had a good supply of it.
We were going to redo this inside and put a good door in it one time. I never got back up here.
Yeah, dark in here.
It's got electricity in it.
Now watch out for rattlesnakes. Yeah.
The guy that
Oh my gosh.
done this and originally done that stable that we rebuilt, he was supposed to have done that big rocks all by himself. Put over
Yeah. I told him how strong he was.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a huge fella.
Yeah.
They said that he'd go hunting back in these hills. Did you say that?
Yeah.
And he'd carry a deer out over his shoulders.
Yeah, if I had this place, I'd mud all this in because it looks like snake and rattle habitat. Yeah, scorpion.
There's no door right here.
Let's see what it looks like. Yeah.
But it's still in pretty good shape, and there's water right there.
Water?
Yeah, it's coming from that.
Oh, okay.
There's a pipe that went all the way down this hill from one windmill to the next, where this one got low, they could refill it.
And he did have a lot of cross ties, I guess, from the railroad.
Yeah.
He used them too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can step in there. Oh, don't go too far. Might be a snake in there.
Now, that's some kind of a table.
A table?
Something.
Yeah. Okay. Spooky.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah. I think it could be fixed up though.
Yeah. I never noticed that pipe up there.
Yeah, some kind of pipe.
To hang.
Oh yeah, like it hang something.
Hang meat.
It might be hanging meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you see it.
Or something.
Could be onions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right up there. That's where I was would go, over by the stable, and his horse would come out here, and he had several different horses before, and he could leave this open. Yeah, it needs work. Anyway, we're going up. This is a house they had built. It's a studio, or it can be a place where a company comes and they can stay in there. The guy that built it didn't.
It was a contractor that built it.
He didn't do a good job.
A terrible job.
A lot of cracks in it. Yep.
The roof leaked.
Yeah.
And I think the Vegas is rotting out back here too. Yeah.
Yeah, and this wood is rotting out. Real bad. That's what happens if you don't cover them or put stuff on them to keep them from rotting. Here's a front view, windows so the sun can warm it. It's got a wood heater in there. I don't think that windmill works anymore. It used to pump all the time. I think that man got it from the train yard, and I think it held 15,000 gallons of water. The previous owner thought about getting it working again, but he never did. What is it? What's a heavy door?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's insulated.
Got valves
That's
in
what.
it.
This used to go all the way down to the hill to this other windmill and
Fill it up.
fill it up if it ever need to, because this whole I think I seen 10,000 gallons on this. I'm not. It's been a long time. I don't remember.
I do like these old windmills. It's too bad that wasn't working. Here's that chute that come up from the bottom there. And I told Bill this would be a good jungle gym for somebody, some kids. They could climb up that and get up that tree and play. And so at one time, before we started building this building, we brought in a lot of rocks from the road, threw them down here because we used them. And picked them up and used them. Over there is where they used to hang a deer or a cow or goats, whatever they did. So what happened to the man, what was told when he went out to catch a deer, not the new owners but the old one, I think he had a heart attack carrying a deer back out of the mountains, and ended up with a stroke, ended up in the hospital, and died. So it got sold off, and then the new owners come in and did some good stuff. And anyway, that's the story on this ranch. So thanks for watching. We're gonna eat lunch on the porch. Yeah. Talk to you later. See you on the next video. Bye.